You know, I used to say it all the time. My life is just one great big day. I mean, I said it often recently. My life is one big day. It's how it felt. It just is how it felt. And I feel like now it's from such a different view because now I feel like my life is one great big God experience. One great big God experience. Wow. First, it was one great big, no word. But the only word I can use is girl, one great big God experience. And everything in it. Of course, not thinking of God on the outside of me or on the outside of anything. Because I'm thinking, I'm feeling God is awareness and consciousness, and we're all living in it. All of everything, people, places, things. Wow. One great big God experience. One great big giant everything. That's pretty significant. Pretty significant change from looking at things from inside of you, inside of your body, your mind, feelings, all contained in you, a separate self. And then to think of yourself as the space within is everywhere. Your body doesn't hold that space in its walls. So that's what my reflection was, is just I'm just looking at all the different changes I'm going through. And so that one great big day always felt right and good, and now it's just opened up into that one big great God experience. It makes me smile every time I think about it, because it's not inside of me to where I have to be responsible for it. Only I don't mean that in a bad way, because it's the first time I've ever felt like this, being, if everything's contained in it, you're responsible kind of for everything. If you're great, you're living in that God consciousness, that great big God experience, and you're truly opening to that space, you're living with trust, truly living with trust that that great big God experience is love, wonderful, everywhere, everything. And that's why we're so drawn with that desire, the desire to know where we come from. It seems. That's what it seems to me. That's what it is seeming to me. Looking at myself under the microscope, right, Solas? Looking at myself under the microscope, it's not myself because I'm a part of God's body. So my thoughts are really not my own. But then it is what you do on behalf of what you think you are. So if you feel like you're responsible for every little thought, then that's where you come from. And that's when I know I lacked so much trust. And that would seem that would be where that comes from. If you're a separate self and you're holding all of those things inside of you, and you're responsible for all those things, that's not a trusting place to be. Being this one little person. With many, many other separate selves that are finite people, that are people contained in a body and all responsible for themselves. And wow, I can just see how conflict breeds from all those little bumper cars, those little bodies bumping into each other, disagreeing, and it's not a matter of disagreeing, it's a matter of just plain resisting. You're not ever going to think exactly like someone else, but you can accept that they think their way and you think yours. And you would definitely not be forced upon, but it would only be forced upon by separate selves. So it seems like two selves are, if selves are like cells of God, there wouldn't be any resistance. Each just would have a different thought or being from circumstances, but still your thoughts not being your own, you would think on behalf of not a separate self, but of a grand infinite self. There wouldn't be a harmful thought. Just pondering. Thinking of that change of one great big day to one great big God experience. I like it. And there we go with the likes and dislikes again, but That's my material self words. That's the words we've come to use. And now, trying to create new ones to come to use.